they are having more than one type of pattern. Now pattern gives you different types. There is AG3. That is now wealth is having various because it is having various balance is 2 plus 3 plus pattern of 3 wealth. So it will be very different names depending on the pattern. Right, you just aiming when and it's about saying metal. There are more than one kind of metal. There are metals that behave differently. It is only surging metal, right? There are metals, non-metals, surging metal. It's there is surging metal.
Nandami, we can start. It's 8.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jinendra, everybody.
Yes. So, I welcome all of you. And okay. Today we will discuss about Buddhist meditation. What kind of meditational practices are going on in different traditions of Buddhism. So let me share my presentation and then we can discuss. So today we will discuss about Buddhist meditation across the traditions. What are their basic practices? What are the principles and how they are approaching uniquely in their own traditions. So we will see that Buddhist meditation across traditions, and those traditions are Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. These are the 3 main traditions of Buddhism which are very deeply rooted into meditational practices. And each has unique practices, but all share the goal of cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. So these are the common goals of all the practices of Buddhist traditions. Meditation is the core practice of Buddhism, and that's why you would see that there are thousands and thousands of meditational centers all over the world based on Buddhist practices. And the purpose, as all other Asian traditions have the purpose of liberation behind the meditational practices. Similarly, Buddhism is also looking for liberation, but its emphasis is on liberation from suffering, that is dukkha, and realization of enlightenment. So to be Arhat or to be enlightened. So the goals are also very common to all the Asian traditions, whether it is Hinduism or Buddhism or Jainism. The common foundation of Buddhist practices are mindfulness. It is known as Sati, and you can say Anapansati or Kaigata Sati. So Sati means mindfulness, witness or awareness, and concentration. That is the state of Samadhi in which our mind is concentrated on particular one object for longer period, uh, instead of going into several different other topics or subjects. So this is a concentration is the and mindfulness. These are two main foundations of all meditational practices in Buddhism, and these prepare the mind for insight. So they are essential that our mind should be completely mindful, what we say, aware of what we are practicing, and also our mind should be properly concentrated to go into deeper experiences. So now we see that there are core types of Buddhist meditation. So they are mainly recognized as Shamatha meditation, in which calmness is the main base, that they are looking for calmness of mind through this particular practice of meditation. And Vipassana, through Vipassana, they are looking for insight. So cultivating concentration and tranquility is the main, what we say, main purpose of samatha practices, and observing reality as it is without imposing any ideas, any preconditioning, or any traditional or conservative views. If you are just trying to observe truth as it is, then you can get wisdom. So this is what is the emphasis of Vipassana meditation, and Vipassana centers, they are well known, and thousands people are going to these centers and learning meditation from there. These two form are the universal base across all the traditions of Buddhism, and they all together make a balance between tranquility and wisdom. So our mind should be calm and cool, and at the same time it should be enlightened or awakened. So calmness is first necessity to concentrate, and concentration is the necessity precondition for insight, and insight is the precondition of liberation. So in this way we can understand how these meditational practices are going on and what they are looking for. Theravada tradition is mainly found in Sri Lanka, in Thailand and Myanmar. So in this particular tradition, they emphasize on Vipassana meditation, insight into impermanence, suffering, and non-self. So these are known as three principles or three lakshans. According to this meditational practice, everything is impermanent, nothing is stable or durable or abiding, including our own existence. And there is suffering. Whenever we are in the world, we are having so many different types of sufferings. So old age is also a kind of suffering, taking a birth is also a suffering, dying and death is also a suffering, disease is also a kind of suffering, and so many other different problems and issues which we face in day-to-day life. They all are the part of suffering. So how we can get rid of suffering, that is the main purpose of Vipassana meditation. And non-self, it is very different concept of Buddhism from Hinduism and Jainism. It says that there is no eternal self. Whatever we are understanding in the name of self, that is also transitory. It is changing at every moment. It is not the same in the next moment. So to think about that we are permanent and we are eternal, so all these are the misconceptions misunderstanding about our own self, and that doesn't work in reality. So though the purpose of Buddha is very different, but how it is being presented in the educational field that I'm talking actually, but he is by non-self, he is saying that you have to be free from ego. Until and unless you become free from ego or this physical identity, you cannot realize your own real self. So but they are not using the self and word, and that's why it is creating so much misconceptions in the mind of their own traditions, his own tradition, and also in the mind of the people who are visiting Buddhist meditation or practicing Buddhist meditation. So to be free from ego is the main purpose of saying non-self. And yes, next is Metta Bhavana. So this Theravada tradition emphasizes on practice of Metta Bhavana, that is Maitri Bhavana, we say in Jain tradition, and in which it is said that you should love all the living beings, you should be very compassionate, kind to all the living beings. So to develop or cultivate compassion to all the living beings, it is also important to contemplate on this particular bhavana. So it is called feeling a kind of such positive emotions in us. And Satipatthana Sutta is the main text where you can find all these different practices of Theravada. That is the main base of Theravada. And in this particular sutta, it is said that the four foundations of mindfulness are body, feelings, mind, and dhammas. So body, we know already, the physical body, we have to see that it is impermanent. And feelings, whatever is coming to our mind, all our different emotions or feelings, they are also not permanent. Our mind is also not permanent. We are thinking so many things in a minute, and throughout the day we think so many things. So our mind is also changing at every moment. It is not fixed on any particular thought or particular idea or on particular reality. It is not focused on some reality. And dhammas means the transitoriness and all such kind of attributes of the realities. You have to focus on them. So in this way, these are the main practices of Theravada tradition. Mahayana tradition is known as a liberal tradition in comparison to Theravada. Theravada is more into orthodox practices, and it is more strict to the main purpose of meditation or dhamma, that is liberation or liberation from suffering. But Mahayana tradition is more liberal, and uh, it is emphasizing that we should not think of our own liberation, but we should also think of others' liberation, the liberation of all worldly living beings. And for that, we should come back to the world and show the path of truth and peace. So in this way, this tradition is recognized. There are some unique practices of this tradition, and among them, Zazen. It is also known as Chan meditation. Okay, so it is a Zen tradition, and it emphasizes on Zazen meditation. So in this particular meditation, just you have to sit and focus on posture and breath. So it means in whatever condition you are seated, just you have to focus on your body postures, and either you can focus on your breath. Next is Koan practice. So in this particular tradition, or you can say practice, they focus on paradoxical riddles to transcend rational thought. Generally, we think that if something is existent, then it cannot be said as non-existent. But the reality is that the thing is and is not both. So there are certain paradoxes which are working in reality, but our mind or our intellect is not ready to accept that. So here it is said that what we say riddle in between the two opposite experiences or two opposite qualities of one object. So how we can transcend this kind of rationality that the truth is permanent or impermanent or both or any. So it means you should not rationalize the truth and try to see the truth as it is, whatever it is. Pure Land. So Pure Land meditation is focusing on chanting of Amitabha Buddha's name for rebirth in Pure Land. Here you can see Amitabha Buddha means the Buddha, the light from which is emitting in his surrounding. So that kind of image of Buddha they keep in front of them for their meditation, and they focus on the Buddha emitting light, infinite light in his surroundings, and his whole existence is absorbed in that light. So they are looking for pure rebirth in Pure Land. It means that they want to take birth in some higher plane of spirituality, but they should not come. They do not want to come to some lower forms of life. Taintia and Havana schools, so they are also focusing on some meditation, unique practices of meditation. So they are on visualization and doctrinal contemplation. So they are trying to visualize the reality of their own self or of any object. So it is a kind of perception, pure perception, you can say, and that we are learning through praksha meditation and doctrinal contemplation. So here everything is transitory, or there is suffering in the world. All these different type of things, principles which are being taught or taught by Buddha, people should contemplate on those doctrines. So the contemplative meditation is also main focus of these two schools. Mahayana spread across China, Japan, and Korea. So you can see these countries are mainly influenced by Mahayana tradition and its practices. Vajrayana tradition, it is a Tibetan Buddhism. In Tibet, when you will go, you will see that they are also practicing meditation, but their meditation are mostly symbolic meditation. They are focusing on what we say on deities, visualization of enlightened beings. So they are either focusing on some enlightened beings, enlightened souls, whether it is the soul of Buddha himself or in such kind of enlightened beings. They are focusing on that, and deities are also invoked for their meditation practices. Mahamudra and devotion, these are the direct realization of mind's nature. So they are trying to concentrate on something. Okay, so they are, you can see here this Mahamudra. So this is the hand posture which you are perceiving. We are practicing every day, posture of knowledge, and with that you are also perceiving that Buddha is making some other one different mudra or posture, hand posture, by with the support of the second hand. So how he's touching these two fingers with the index finger and thumb, and the other tips of index finger and the tip of the thumb are touching with each other. So in this way, this is a special kind of hand posture or mudra on which they are trying to focus on. Mantra recitation is also very important in Tibetan meditation. So they are using sacred symbols for transformation. Mandala visualization is very, very unique practice of Tibetan meditation. They are creating different kinds of and very beautiful mandalas, such kind of designs by some colors and some such things. And they are trying to focusing on that after creating them. So in creation also their mind becomes so focused when they create, and it is a amazing designs which they create by their own hands on manually and focused on them. Advanced methods like Mahamudra and Zazen aim at direct realization of mind's nature. Oh, I have already said it is repetition. So you can see here the mandalas, how they create such kind of cosmic designs to indicate what is the cosmos and who are the in the cosmos and where is the deities, whether it's the human beings or other things. So they are creating in a very beautiful manner, and on internet you can see thousands of such kind of beautiful images which designs which they create by their own hands, putting all different colors and items, and then they are focusing on it. So it is a unique practice of Tibetan Buddhism. They are using these mandalas for their meditation. Special practices in Buddhist tradition. So Theravada is more focused on Vipassana and Metta Bhavana. Zen meditation or Zen Mahayana tradition is focused on Zazen and Koan introspection. Pure Land Mahayana tradition is focused on devotional chanting, and Vajrayana tradition is more focused on deity visualization. They are invoking some deities also. We have also seen such kind of things in Korea and Thailand, that they have such kind of shrines and they are invoking some deities, and those deities are entering into someone's body and they are saying through their mouth. So in this way, the deity visualization, mantra chanting, mandala creation, and this kind of Mahamudra, etc. So these are the unique practices of Vajrayana tradition. Across all traditions, mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom cultivation are the main focus or the prime goals of all different practices of Buddhism. Now we can see that how they are differing in which respect they are differing from each other. So core goal, as we have seen already, that the main goal of Theravada Buddhist meditational practices is liberation through personal effort, Arhat ideal. So they are looking for being enlightened. So Arhat means enlightened, as we say Arihantanam. So Arhat are the enlightened souls, awakened souls, or they are realized souls. So the Theravada tradition is very similar to Jain tradition in that sense, that it is also looking for being Arhat in themselves, and they practice especially meditation for their personal growth or personal development or spiritual development. So this is the main original tradition of Buddhism. Mahayana tradition is looking for liberation for all living beings, as I have said, in the sense of Bodhisattva. So they are looking for Bodhisattva, that they want to be Bodhisattva, and Bodhisattva is the soul or is the person or monk who is not thinking about his own liberation only, but he is also looking for the liberation of all the living beings of the world. And he's looking for the last person, liberation of the last person of the world. Until that, he wants to come back again and again in the world to show the path of truth and liberation. So so it is known as very liberal and very generous in that sense, but in reality nobody can claim that he will enter into liberation after the last person of the world gets gets liberation. So it is somehow, but they are thinking about this thing that we should not be so selfish that we have to be just confined to our own liberation without thinking about the liberation of others and waiting for all. So this is what Vajrayana tradition is a Tibetan tradition, as we have seen that it is well-known tradition of Tibet, and they seek enlightenment using esoteric methods. So they are using such kind of esoteric methods in which they are looking for enlightenment actually. Key practices of Theravada are Vipassana, which means insight, or Preksha. You can say Vipassana, Preksha, both are used in the same sense in Jain literature also, and in Buddhist literature, the Vipassana word is may in vogue or in use. So it is used for Buddhist meditation. The same word is found in the Jain literature also for insight or for perception. So we have used Praksha meditation, and Buddhist tradition has used Vipassana, but both are having the same meaning. Shamatha meditation, as we have seen, that they are looking for calmness, so they are not doing or chanting any mantras, but they sit with calmness. So their mind should be calm and cool, just they try to sit in that state. So that is a samatha meditation. And metta, that is a kind of feeling that you should be friendly to all the living beings, you should be compassionate to all the living beings and kind to all the living beings. So that kind of bhavana is also practiced. It is a kind of contemplative meditation, as we have already learned in Jain Praksha meditation. Now you see the Mahayana traditions is more focused. Its main practices are Zazen, we have seen, and Koan practice, Pure Land chanting. So these are three main practices of Mahayana tradition, and it is mainly spread in East Asia. Deity visualization, mantra recitation, mandala meditation, all these are the unique practices of Vajrayana Tibetan meditation. The scriptures for Theravada practices are known as Pali, Canon. So they are Tripitaka, means the three main texts which have been spoken by Buddha himself in Pali Prakrit language, and they are the main sources of the meditational practices of Theravada tradition. As I have said, that it is the main and original tradition of Buddhism, which is based on the direct teachings of Buddha. Sanskrit sutras, for example, Lotus Sutra and Heart Sutra are the main sources of Mahayana practices, and tantras, commentaries, and Tibetan texts are the main sources of Vajrayana meditation. Meditation focus. So here we see that in Theravada, mindfulness of body, feelings, mind, and dhammas are more important. In Mahayana tradition, emptiness, compassion, and devotion are given more importance. So emptiness here, you have to be free from all the attachment, aversion, all the malices. So that is the state of shunyata. Your mind should be completely calm and cool and without any unnecessary thoughts or feelings. So that calm, cool state is called sunyata. Union of wisdom and method and direct realization of mind's nature are the main purpose or main focus of Vajrayana meditational practices. The special features of Mahayana tradition is that the emphasis is on monastic discipline, insight into impermanence. So they are this in the Theravada meditation is mainly practiced by the Buddhist monks because their aim is to be enlightened. So they are looking for that. So they are mainly practicing this kind of meditation. So Buddhist monks are more who are practicing this meditation. Bodhisattva vow emphasis on compassion and emptiness. So here Bodhisattva says that we have to be compassionate to all the living beings, and that's why we have to look for the liberation of the last person of the world until he liberates. Bodhisattva waits for him, and he also does not enter into does not enter liberation. And emptiness, it means you have to see that whatever you are thinking about any reality, in which language you are thinking, it doesn't work actually. So it doesn't apply to the reality. So in that sense, the emptiness is considered, and emptiness can also be taken in the sense that you have to be empty from all uh, unreal thinking, thoughts, and also the negative emotions or malices. Rituals, here Vajrayana tradition is more into rituals because it is a very symbolic in nature, and esoteric symbolisms are used. Advanced yogic practices like Mahamudra and Zazen, so they are the main practices of this particular tradition. These are the special features of Vajrayana meditation. We have already seen that regions, especially Theravada meditation, is spread in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. And Mahayana tradition is spread in China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam. And Vajrayana tradition is more spread in Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, and Mongolia. The symbols, you will see that in Theravada tradition, we find that simple Buddha statues are created, or serene meditation scenes are created, so that you can see those pictures or symbols or images and can meditate on them. And in Mahayana tradition, Zen gardens, Amitabh Buddha and Bodhisattva, so they are more used as a symbols to see that what is the goal and what they are looking for. And colorful mandalas, thankas, and prayer wheels, they are mainly used in Tibetan practices of meditation. So you have seen how across the cultures and traditions, the different meditations are being emphasized, but somehow the goal is the same. Buddhist meditation has influenced modern psychology and wellness. So we have already discussed about MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction practice, which has been developed by one foreign doctor, but it is mainly indirectly taken from the Buddhist meditation. So it is mainly rooted in Buddhist meditation, and especially on Vipassana meditation. Now mindful meditation actually. And the global spread of Vipassana retreats, we find that Vipassana retreats are found in many different countries and cities. So these global spread of Vipassana retreats is also a kind of a great influence or impact of Buddhist practices on the world. And next is Zen and Tibetan practices influencing psychology and neuroscience. So you can see that so many researches are going on these practices of Zen tradition and Tibetan practices. And there are certain researches which you can see. There is a Mind Institute in Delhi. It is focusing on researches, and maybe so many doctors are working there or researchers are working on Buddhist meditation to know that how it is bringing changes in the mind. So you can see the brain waves, what kind of brain waves are there, and how meditation is affecting those waves. So alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves. So all these different waves, when they are generating, or in which what meditation is affecting all these different waves of our mind. So here, there are so many institutes which are working on, especially on research, and Dr. Devendra is very well known about all these researches and experiments. So now the conclusion is that the Buddhist meditation is diverse yet unified in its goal, and that is liberation and compassion. Each tradition offers unique methods suited for their different temperaments or different purpose or concerns, and together they form a rich tapestry of spiritual practice. And we find that all Asian meditational practices are timeless practices for inner peace, purity, and liberation. Okay, so all Asian traditions are very similar in you can say all are looking for the same goal, and their practices or methods may differ from each other, and sometimes the philosophy also differs from each other. Instead of that, the goal is the same. So now meditation brings wisdom, lack of meditation leaves ignorance. This is the quote of Lord Buddha, and we have to keep it in our mind that we have to practice meditation if we are looking for enlightenment or wisdom or insight and also liberation. So with this, I would conclude my discussion on my talk. If somebody has any question, they can raise the question. Otherwise, we will practice meditation.
I have one question.
Yes.
So, in Buddhism, they believe in nirvana and is similar to moksha. I just
See, I
was.
have said that our Theravada tradition is very close because Buddhism and Jainism both belong to Shaman tradition. Okay, they are looking for final liberation and enlightenment. So we say Keval Gyan, they say to be enlightened. So to be Arhat. So they are very similar in that sense, but because of the concept of non-self or transitoriness of self has created so much problem to Hinduism, to Buddhism in India. All Jain and Hindu tradition could not accept it because it is baseless to say that the soul is not eternal. Or without eternality or immortality of soul, what is the purpose of practicing meditation, and what liberation means for then if you are not existing? Okay, so that's why it has created a lot of problem to Buddhism. But actually the purpose was not that. People could not understand these things, and the words have created such kind of a problem to Buddhist tradition. But we should understand that there are certain things which are expressed, but the intention is very sometimes very different and very similar to Buddhist and Jain, Hindu and Jain tradition. But somehow people could not accept this Buddhism and this idea of non-self.
So
And
Samniji,
this transitoriness of everything in absolute sense, that is being
So,
emphasized in Buddhist tradition. That is the
so
prime
we,
principle of Buddhism. So
so
that has
we give.
created the problem. Yes.
So we strongly believe in diet and ahimsa, and to my knowledge, the Buddhism, like other culture, they eat meat. So how
Yes, so this is
that
also
can
very
match the
controversial.
practice?
This is also very controversial that Buddhist monks, because Buddhism has spread throughout the world, and there are so many countries which are following Buddhism. They are not Indians, so they are having already non-veg diet. So it is said that Buddha has allowed them to take even the non-veg if it is not cooked for them. So that reason is given by the traditions, and Jainism is quite opposite to it. It is in opposition to such kind of things or ideas.
Thank you,
So they are
Swamiji.
talking as, on one hand that you should be very compassionate, and on the other hand you are
That's
eating
what I was
non-veg.
trying to.
So this is very controversial practice or a controversial thing in regard to Buddhism.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Yes. Any other question?
Vandami Naman Sami Samiji.
Yes.
So, in the light of impermanence,
Hmm.
even the soul, Buddhism believes that even the soul is impermanent, right?
Hmm.
So, liberation and impermanence are opposite to each other. So, what are they looking for in liberation? Liberation from what?
Yes, this is what Jain philosophers and Buddhist philosophers have said, that they are talking about rebirth. They are talking about the fruition of the karmas. The karmas are being carried on in next life. Then how they are being carried out, carried on, and by whom they are being carried on. So these are the different questions, and if you are thinking about transitoriness, that everything is transitory, then what kind of liberation you are looking for?
Right.
So these are the main crucial questions, philosophical questions, and opposition against the Buddhism. And they say, actually they are saying, they are talking in the sense of some spiritual experiences, but the words are not fit from philosophical point of view. Their wordings are not right. If they use such kind of wordings, or such kind of, they propose such kind of principles of transitoriness and anatta, that is non-self, then there is no meaning of saying all these things.
Mhm.
So they are saying that actually non-self means you have to be free from ego. When you go into deeper state of meditation, you will find that there is no I-ness is not there. You are just in the being state and not in any kind of becoming state. Are you following?
Mhm. Yeah.
So the ego goes away as soon as you enter into that state, pure state of your consciousness. And your consciousness is also changing at every moment in mundane state. But when you come out of all these malices, attachment, aversion, all the passions, then your consciousness becomes very stable. It is not changing. It is very calm, cool, and in a stable state. Okay. So that kind of a thinking they want to say, but people have taken in that sense from philosophical point of view,
Mhm.
that their theory is not right. They should talk in the way Mahavir has talked. Mahavir has said that the soul is non-eternal, but he is also saying that the soul is eternal.
Mhm.
It is eternal in its pure pure existence, or fundamentally it is eternal, but its states, mundane states and all the different other states, they are changing at every moment or after some time.
Mhm.
So from that angle we have to understand that the soul is non-eternal. It is non-eternal in its particular state, and not in its as a substance or as a reality or as a fundamental element.
Mhm.
So Mahavir was very, sometimes I say that he is a great expert of language, how to express the reality.
Mhm.
He was not an extremist in his doctrines or in his propositions, so that people could understand what he wanted to say actually. The Buddha is using everything is aniccham. So by saying this, they are saying that everything is transitory, it is not the same. You cannot step twice into the same water. Water is changing at every with every flow. Still you are understanding that the same river is there, but no, the flow is changing, so the river has also changed. It is not the same. It is illusion of your mind. It is your mental projection. It is not the reality. So in this way, they give some such kind of examples, and that creates some kind of confusions in the mind about reality. And they say that, okay, if you are understanding it is a stable, abiding, same, eternal, you are under misconception.
Okay.
Okay, so now should we practice meditation? So there are two main meditations which are well known practices of Theravada, and they are main pure, you can say, practice of meditation, original practices of Buddhist meditation, and that is Vipassana meditation, in which they focus on body and they focus on breath. So as we have already discussed about perception of breath and breathing and perception of body. So they are perception of breathing is recognized in Buddhist meditation as with Anapanasati, and perception of body is recognized as Kayagata Sati. So you have to just observe your body without any judgment, and feel each and every sensation, each and every vibration, each and every function, each and every part of your body, each and every neurons, cells, tissues, nerves, bones, bone marrow, anything, whatever is inside the body. If there is some pain, you have to just see that there is pain. If there is some tension, you should see just there is tension or stiffness or any other problem or issues. So whatever is inside the body, just you have to sit calm and see the body, observe the body, observe the breath. Okay, so these are the practices. Now we see how to practice Vipassana meditation. So I open one of the videos so that how they are practicing meditation in their tradition, in which language they are practicing. Just we have to see. Okay, so now I'm sharing the meditation. Please sit in comfortable posture with straight backbone and neck. Keep both the hands in the position of knowledge and knowledge posture, and close your eyes softly. And we will practice today how Buddhist people are, or Buddhist scholar trainers are giving meditation to their people. So we have to see their language, what kind of instructions they are using, and what they are looking for, their practices. So sit, yes. So we will start our meditation with the 5 Om sounds, and then you will see how Vipassana meditation goes on. So today we will practice Vipassana meditation. Take long and deep breath. Relax. Relax your entire body, mind, and vocal cord. Today we will practice Vipassana meditation.
The Buddha's profound method of mindfulness of breathing, which helps develop deep concentration and mental clarity. Today, we move into a powerful and transformative practice known as Vipassana, or insight meditation. Vipassana is not just about calming the mind, it is about seeing reality as it is observing the true nature of existence with clarity and wisdom. Vipassana is considered the direct path to liberation in Buddhist meditation. While concentration, or Samadhi, stabilizes the mind, insight allows us to deeply understand the impermanence of all things, the nature of suffering, and the absence of a permanent self. The Buddha taught that true wisdom arises not from theory, but from direct experience. Through Vipassana, we train the mind to observe thoughts, emotions, and sensations without attachment or aversion, revealing the impermanent and conditioned nature of all phenomena. In today's episode, we will explore what Vipassana is, how it differs from Shamatha, or calmness meditation, and how this practice leads to deep self-awareness and ultimate freedom. By the end of this session, you will understand the principles of insight meditation, its step-by-step practice, and its transformative effects on the mind and perception. Let's begin by understanding the essence of Vipassana. Vipassana, which means clear seeing or insight, is the practice of observing reality without distortion. Unlike other meditation techniques that focus on relaxation or concentration alone, Vipassana goes deeper. It trains us to see the true nature of our experience. In Buddhist teachings, this means understanding the three fundamental characteristics of existence: impermanence, suffering, and non-self. Impermanence reminds us that all things, our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical body, are constantly changing. Nothing is fixed or permanent. By observing this truth directly, we begin to loosen our attachments and expectations, leading to greater peace and acceptance. Suffering, or dukkha, is the result of clinging to what is fleeting. When we resist change or grasp at pleasure, suffering arises. Vipassana helps us recognize these patterns, allowing us to respond with wisdom rather than habitual reactivity. Finally, the insight of non-self, or anatta, reveals that there is no fixed, unchanging identity within us. What we call self is a collection of ever-changing thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. The practice of Vipassana is radically transformative because it breaks the illusion of permanence and selfhood. Through direct observation, we see how everything arises and passes away. This insight dissolves attachment and aversion, freeing the mind from suffering. Instead of being lost in thoughts or emotions, we develop a spacious awareness that allows us to witness all experiences with equanimity. Now, let's explore how Vipassana is practiced. Vipassana is traditionally practiced by cultivating systematic awareness of sensations, thoughts, and emotions. Unlike concentration-based meditation, which focuses on a single object like the breath, Vipassana invites us to observe all mental and physical phenomena as they arise and pass away. Here is how you can begin practicing. First, find a quiet space and sit in a comfortable but alert posture. Close your eyes gently, bringing awareness to the present moment. Begin by observing the breath naturally, just as we did in Anapanasati. Notice the inhale and exhale, allowing the mind to settle into stillness. Next, expand your awareness to bodily sensations. Scan your body from head to toe, noticing any warmth, pressure, tingling, or subtle vibrations. Do not react. Simply observe. If a sensation is strong, acknowledge it without labeling it as good or bad. The key is to develop non-reactive awareness, just noticing without resistance or craving. As you continue, observe thoughts and emotions as they arise. Instead of engaging with them, watch them as a silent witness. Thoughts will come and go. Some may be pleasant, some disturbing, some neutral. The practice of Vipassana teaches us that thoughts are not permanent, nor are they self. By witnessing them without attachment, we develop inner freedom. As meditation deepens, awareness becomes more refined. You begin to perceive the impermanence of each sensation, thought, and feeling in real time. You witness their arising and passing away, reinforcing the understanding that nothing is fixed or lasting. This insight is the heart of Vipassana. It reveals the transient nature of all things, freeing us from clinging and suffering. With continued practice, you cultivate equanimity, the ability to remain balanced regardless of what arises in the mind and body. This leads to profound inner peace, resilience, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with clarity and wisdom. Vipassana is not just a meditation technique. It is a path to deep wisdom and liberation. By directly observing reality, we break free from illusions and habitual conditioning. This practice helps reduce stress, anxiety, and emotional reactivity, making space for clarity, compassion, and inner stability. However, its true power lies in its ability to fundamentally transform our perception of life itself. When we practice Vipassana, we begin to see how much of our suffering is rooted in attachment, resistance, and identification with transient experiences. We often react to situations based on conditioned patterns, craving what is pleasurable and resisting what is unpleasant. But through sustained observation, we recognize that everything we experience, thoughts, emotions, bodily sensations, is constantly changing. No thought, feeling, or pain lasts forever. When we internalize this truth, we begin to loosen our grip on expectations and develop a profound sense of acceptance and inner peace. Vipassana also cultivates a heightened level of self-awareness. Many of us go through life unaware of how our thoughts shape our emotions, decisions, and behaviors. Through this practice, we learn to step back and watch the workings of the mind with detachment. We begin to understand how our emotions arise, how they fade, and how we can respond rather than react. This newfound awareness enables us to navigate difficult situations with greater wisdom and emotional balance, breaking free from unconscious habits and reactions. The effects of Vipassana extend beyond formal meditation sessions into daily life. As we develop the ability to remain equanimous in meditation, we carry that same stillness and presence into our interactions, work, and relationships. Situations that once caused frustration or anxiety now appear different. Less threatening, less overwhelming, more fluid. We become more patient, resilient, and compassionate not only towards ourselves but also toward others. When we witness our own suffering with awareness, we naturally develop greater empathy and understanding for the struggles of others. Scientific studies have shown that Vipassana meditation rewires the brain-strengthening areas associated with self-awareness and emotional regulation. Long-term practitioners experience less identification with thoughts and emotions, leading to greater psychological resilience and well-being. Neuroimaging research reveals that consistent practice of Vipassana reduces activity in the brain's default mode network, the system responsible for mind-wandering and self-reflection.
Okay.
Opioid addiction gets between you and what you love. Once monthly Sublocade.
Welcome to a guided Vipassana meditation on Declutter the Mind. So in this practice, we will be developing mindfulness with the Buddhist practice called Vipassana, which in Pali means clear insight. And this is a simple introduction to this meditation practice. And so you don't need to be Buddhist or religious to enjoy this mindfulness meditation. And so to start, find a chair or cushion on the floor, sitting with your back upright and comfortable, resting your hands in your lap. And now, close your eyes. Let's start here with a simple scan of our awareness through the body, and whenever obvious, softening and releasing any areas of tension that we notice. And so as you scan your attention here, you may notice and release tension in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the hands, in the lower back, in the belly. And just sit here with this body scan for the next few moments. And now let's bring our attention to the breath. We will be using the breath here to anchor our attention and help still the mind from all the thoughts, perceptions, emotions, and feelings that surface. And so we're not changing anything about the breath here. We're simply watching the breath with a gentle, effortless attention. And then whenever something arises in the mind and attempts to pull our attention away, we gently bring our minds back to the breath. And if it helps, notice where you most easily detect the breath. So maybe it's the air passing in through the nose and nostrils. Maybe it's the air passing out through your lips and mouth. Maybe you notice the movement of your chest as it rises and falls with each breath that passes. And so whatever allows you to effortlessly watch the breath, sit your attention there as you allow thoughts and perceptions and feelings to pass through the mind without taking your attention away from the breath. And if you find that the mind has drifted off into thoughts and thinking, that's okay. We just gently bring the mind back to the breath without frustration, without adding more thoughts. And if it helps here, we can use labeling and noting to recognize the distraction before bringing our attention back to the breath. And so if a sound in the room distracts you, label that as hearing before bringing your attention back to the breath. And if your mind wanders to planning the day ahead, bring your attention back to the breath and label that as thinking. And see if you can actually glean the insight of being inside of a thought versus outside of a thought. Noticing a thought versus getting lost in it is very different. And so we can't stop the mind from thinking, but we can be outside of our thoughts. It's a different feeling. It's more awake. It's more present. This is part of Vipassana. This is the insight we can experience and practice when we notice thoughts while anchoring our attention for the next few moments. And if there are any feelings, thoughts, or perceptions that are present and particularly strong today, such as boredom or thinking about the future or stress, we can allow these objects to temporarily become the subject of mindfulness. So with a soft and open awareness, place your attention on this strong feeling or thought for a moment. And as you fully attend to this object, does it become more intense or does it dissipate? See what happens when you place an open awareness on it. See if it changes. Again, being outside of it versus inside of it. And then when the subject dissipates, or when the object loses its strength, gently return to watching the breath with an open awareness. if you feel the mind is more still and you feel yourself more open and present in this moment, you can let go of this anchor, of this maintaining of attention on the breath. And just for the remainder of this practice, we're not directing the mind, we're not managing our attention, we're just letting our senses be wide open and just sitting here in awareness, listening and feeling, letting go and seeing what experiences call to our attention for the next few moments. And now open your eyes and notice how you feel. Thanks for today. And
So it was that in meditation was
थोड़ा सा हुआ ही वंदा में समझ लीजिए
yes,
like
meditated.
yeah like कुछ डिजाइन हो रही थी जैसे कंकर की डिजाइन आती है ना ऐसी कंकर सरी की डिजाइन हो रही थी
Okay, but your mind was concentrated.
yeah
Okay, yeah. So these kind of things will come in our experience. Anybody else? Shivani?
I would say that I found it easy to focus in the first one. The second one was a bit more difficult, probably because it was like a longer time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. So there are lesson instructions just to have to meditate. Otherwise, you will listen to instructions and not experience what is going on inside. So the way of meditation it was really very good. But yeah, we have to concentrate whatever is said till the next instructions come. We have to continue with the same. So we have to focus on that.
Yeah, thank you, Samiji.
Sachi?
I think I have a similar opinion. It was easier to kind of focus on the first one, and the second one, I caught myself getting a little bit more distracted as it was longer. But it was very helpful and interesting.
Yes. Yeah, so we are starting practicing these meditations. So in 1 or few days, practice will not be sufficient. But if we can continue with any one of the meditation, which is more suitable and which is our mind is getting concentrated on that, then we should give more time and practice the same at regular basis for a longer period till we get into it. Any other one? Anita, Rakeshi, would you like to say?
This was a little bit difficult to focus than others.
Mm,
Otherwise, it was good.
yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Madam.
Yes, Sheetal. And Naina Ben. It was relaxing, but it
Let me know something.
relaxed the mind in the beginning. Yeah, it is true.
I lost focus a lot in this
So
one.
you are always lost.
Yeah, it was, but it's relaxing, but it was
But
hard to.
yes, who is talking? Could you please hear me? We are not hearing. Who is talking? P.S. Perry.
Hi,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Hi, Windami, Suniji.
Mm.
I actually like this one. Uh, it uh, it kept bringing me back to the present awareness, especially when um, the instructor was asking us to just label it as breathing, thinking, all of that. I found it extremely relaxing.
Yes. Okay. So good.
Thank you.
Should continue. You should continue with that.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other wants to share any experience? Beena ji and Kathi has already said. Suril is also practicing meditation.
Yes, on the me. So this one was good, but last comment I get a little bit sleep. So
Yes.
because it's really, really very calm. So that's why. And then sometimes if you
So you
particularly
have
doing at this time of the
you have gone in complete calmness. So that should not be. It means we are not alert or conscious of. Then we go into such kind of calmness, which is not real calm. Pseudo calmness. It is not real calmness.
Samriji, yeah, I can do long time, but and this I did first time Vipassana with Goenkaji when I was in 10th grade in India, in Igatpuri. But yeah, I like any type of meditation because that always keeps your thoughts to subside and go more on purity level. So I always enjoy.
Yes. So just the same is the practice of perception of breathing or perception of body, or just you have to sit and observe. That is the main crux of all meditational practices. Whatever you want to observe, whether you are observing your thought process, whether you are observing your breathing process, whether you are observing your body sensations, whether you are observing psychic centers or colors, or your own inner self, pure self. Just how you can just observe them without going into any judgment.
Yeah, it's like always chitta vritti nirodha.
Yes. Pure observation will take you to wisdom or insight into reality. So that is the main crux of all Asian traditions.
It was very
And I
simple.
like Pragnaji wrote very good meditation book, and there are very different type to keep your mind for psychic colors, so that keeps you away from the thoughts and you get more purity with those practices. So I love that book.
Yes, Acharya Shri Mahapragya ji.
Yeah, Acharya Shri
Yes,
Mahapragnaji.
yes. He has given all the options for all different people because all have different inner state, mindset, inner state, interest, and also the abilities. So
Yeah.
he's offering all different options so that anybody can choose anyone.
And the important thing is that Acharya Mahapragnaji has given all the centers name, and you can focus in each of the kendras. So that keeps your thoughts away and you go more inner insight with that practice.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Might be you all have chosen the particular yogic exercise. So today, if somebody wants to say that I will give meditation as this exercise or that exercise, I will guide this. So it would be better to choose for others that what is left. Anybody has chosen?
I was thinking about the shoulder exercises.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was going to do the
Rakesh,
eyes.
Yes, Pari. Yes.
Rakesh uncle, is it okay if I do the shoulder exercises? I
Sure,
kind of wanted to
I'll do the knees then.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, thank you. And Sheetal?
I can do the
Vandami.
eyes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Vandami Namansami.
You have to choose one of the yogic exercise.
I can do the hands, Vandami.
Okay. And yes, I'll do cat and cow. Shivani. Okay. Sachi, you can also choose one of the yogic exercise. Nainaben.
Samniji, is this from the small kriyas of the? You're talking about the small kriyas, right?
Yes.
So the
Yes.
eyes, the ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Right.
cat and cow doesn't come into that, right?
Yeah.
Not the cat and cow.
Yeah. So this is the physical exercise.
Yeah, I think Anuja is going to make us demonstrate those.
There are eye exercise, backbone exercise.
I can do the eye. I can do the eye, Samniji.
Okay. Sachi is also saying, I can do the eye one.
Oh, okay. Then she can do the eyes. Then I can do the ears.
Yeah, ears. Yes. For
And then there's the neck.
Knees. For knee.
Knees.
I'll do the knees, Samniji.
Stomach for stomach. Yes. Okay, so you are doing knee.
Yes.
Rakesh, is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will do the shoulders, Samniji.
Okay, she will do shoulder. So Nainaben has taken eyes. Oh, eye has been taken by Sachi. And Sheetal has said something.
Nainaben said ears.
Oh, ears. Nainaben is ears. Sheetal?
I was going to do the hands. I don't know, hands ka kuch hai kya, Vandami?
Yeah, hey.
Yes. Hands, shoulder and hands are together.
Okay, same.
No,
okay,
the
okay.
hands are.
Oh, hands are like this. Okay.
Right.
Yes. So you can take of hands. Okay.
Okay, Vandami.
Shivani has already said.
I can do a neck if there is a neck, or otherwise a stomach.
Yes.
Neck is good.
Neck is also there. Knee, backbone is also there. Keith, what is the name? It is Keith.
I was wondering, what are the options left I can do?
Okay, so there are 13 types of exercise. Okay, see if somebody has chosen and the same, if some other also wants to choose, she or he can also choose.
Okay, I can do the hands then too.
Okay. Yes. Keith would like to choose any one of the small exercises. Suril will do neck. Okay. Binaji, she knows.
I can do Utkatasana, chair pose.
It is
it's not in the
in a
syllabus.
small exercise. There are 13 types of exercises. So
okay.
choose anyone, but whatever is told by all, that will be done by the concerned person. But if somebody wants to make the same, they can also choose. She can also choose.
You can do the feet, raising the feet, the heel, and also standing on the
Talasana.
Yes. Tadasana, yeah.
I can do Talasana.
Okay, so there are 13 types of exercises. Please see from there, and anybody, those who have already said, it's okay. But some other who has not said, they can, she or he can also choose the same or different. So thank you. Now we have to start.
Vandami Namansami Samniji.
Yes.
Vandami Namansami Samniji, Sukh Satame.
Vandami Namaswami, thank you.
Vandami